Happy Thursday night, everybody. We are rocking and rolling. Got some technical glitches, but that's just kind of normal for the night. We're going to go out and do some live food delivery. We're going to do a little battle here, see if we can get better orders from Doordash or Ubereats or any of the other apps, Grubhub, Instacart as well. I have pretty low expectations for tonight because our supper time has been exceptionally slow on weekdays for really the last month, really ever all of January and now into the start of February. Other than holidays, it's been really slow on weekdays, but we've got what we've got, so we're going to go out and see if we can find some good deliveries. Hit that like, hit that subscribe as you come on in. Appreciate you being here tonight. We've got it on the horizontal live stream, so hopefully we don't deal with too many trolls and we can just kind of have a chill hangout sort of night. I know I haven't done a live stream for a while. I've just been fighting technology to figure out how to get things set up the way I want them to be set up for these streams, and I've kind of hit my max of dealing with trolls when we're out doing food delivery all the time, because it's just a lot of editing and moderating that I can't really do, and I just kind of want to have this be I think I want this to be a little more low key now, just when it's out doing food delivery, just kind of regulars, people who actually want to have good conversation and chat, not a ton of moderating, stuff like that. So I think that this is a better way to go about that. And so appreciate you guys being here with us. I did about $40 or $50 in food delivery earlier today. Really wasn't even off the first one. Some other stuff to do at home. Did a Facebook market meetup, and so with that, but we're just going to head down towards better restaurants and see what we can find. We'll get all of our apps turned on here. We already have Doordash, Uber Eats, Grubhub is on. I got to get Instacart on, even though we're not going to pay too much attention to that. I'm doing well today, Lisa. How are you doing? Oh, yeah, I also wasn't out because I got another video up on the channel. I just did my first shift on iViewIt. And so it's a photography picture, not really photography, picture taking app and like site inspection app. So I did my first one a couple of days ago and got that whole video up. I've seen nothing but trash orders here tonight. This is $5.44 for 2 pickups going 11 miles. So, and it's going to the same person. So not only did they not tip on one order, they didn't tip on either of their orders, or they tipped $1 on each, something like that. So like I said, I got very low expectations. Sorry, it's going to be really sunny here as we turn. Seeing lots of dual orders tonight, like 2 pickups going to the same customer. Seeing a lot of those on DoorDash and Uber Eats just in the first few minutes here. Not really interested in doing those unless they're super low mileage. So, yeah, I know. I don't know. I've got low expectations. Low expectations for tonight because it's been rough around here as well on weekdays. So the daytime has been good. Instacart's been good during the daytime. So there have been pockets of goodness, but supper times have just been, it's almost been like you need to get your money by 5 o'clock. And I don't know if there's just too many people out delivering. But anyway, so we are currently gold on the new system for DoorDash. My on-time rating is getting there. We were all the way down to I forget what we were, 65%, or sorry, 85%, which got us like that. I'm up to 71 points total on DoorDash, and my on-time rate is 96%. So I've got to find 4 late deliveries and get them out without getting another one, and then I'll get platinum. And because basically you can be platinum with a low acceptance rate, but only if you're perfect in the other 3 metrics. That's like basically what the system is set up to be. It's like if you're perfect in all your other metrics, then you can cherry pick. So perfect is hard. It's hard to achieve perfect. I have been able to maintain the 5-star customer rating and the completion rate, but I have no idea how many more deliveries I have to make in a row to get my on-time rate up to 100%. So I've done a bunch, but that you don't know. It doesn't notify you that you got a late delivery. It just would only notify you by your score going up or down. So if you have a late delivery, but there was a late delivery on the back end, your score wouldn't go down. So anyway, that's what we've got. I just don't even know if it's worth carrying even a 30. Like, you have to get decent points for acceptance rate. To get more than like 1 or 2 points for acceptance rate, you got to be carrying like a 50% acceptance rate. And I just don't know if that's really worth it. So, you know, if I could get to like say 99% on time, then maybe I would work my way up to get a few points from acceptance rate to get me going up to that. Try to get on to platinum, but I'm not going to kill myself for platinum. I'm pretty happy with gold. Gold seems like you could live in gold under this new system. Pretty much no problem at all. I think it'd be pretty easy to live at gold. I've been there now for like a week and a half and doing that. So hope everybody is doing well. I keep trying to get Streamlabs working, and I cannot get Streamlabs to work on my phone. This is I'm back streaming on the Android today and back delivering on the iPhone. I tried delivering on the Android, and it was just an absolutely miserable experience. So we're back to just streaming on the Android. Samsung Galaxy, whatchamacallit. I don't even know which one I have. Don't really care that much. So that's the one. It'll have some sketchy internet areas. But all right, here we go. So 16. I don't know if you guys can see that. I know it's kind of sunny. 1675 plus for 8 miles. So obviously that is a take. It is 12 items. It's a huge order, guys. Huge. I mean, it's not as big. 6 of them are utensils, but hummus, buffalo chicken tenders, soup, and 3 ancient grain bowls. So it's not quite as big as that, but certainly it's a good way to start the night. So we're still heading in the general direction of True Food Kitchen. So the one good thing, you can live on gold under this new system, and you can literally just cherry pick to your heart's content. If you've got a perfect customer rating, that's pretty easy to achieve as long as you're just staying on top of it and calling to have bad ratings removed right away. So that's easy. Completion rate is completely under your control. There's never a reason to not just wait out 10 minutes and cancel an order for a long wait or something like that. So that's good. And then as long as you can get your on-time rate to like 90%, that's 70 points right there. So if you can get it to 95%, then you'll be at 65 points. Sorry. If you get to 95%, you'll be at 70 points, which gives you plenty of points to be gold under this new system that is rolling out. We're kind of in the pilot market. I don't know. I know it's rolled out a couple other places, but I don't know how many markets it has fully rolled out to yet. But I mean, you can very comfortably just live on gold, which means you're probably not going to get the top of the top orders, but you're going to get pretty decent ones, and you can just hit decline as fast as you want, and they'll just send you another one. And so I think I've figured out most of the ways to keep your metrics correct and to be on time. So we can certainly talk about that if you have questions on that. Hello, Jaeger. How's it going tonight? Yeah, no, I'm working on trying to do more ride-along lives in the evenings. So I'm finding in the day, I just need to get out there and do delivery fast, especially when I'm doing Instacarts and stuff like that. So that's why I haven't been streaming as much during the day, because I'm just trying to be efficient during the day and then out in the evening, be a little more relaxed, especially with the deliveries just being that much slower. As always, we're always getting it all figured out, but appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out. So we're on our way to True Food Kitchen. This is a 1675 plus Doordash Gold order. And that is for True Food Kitchen here. It's going about 7.8 miles, but a couple of those miles are to the restaurant. So I'm going to guess it's going to be about 6.5 miles that we actually have to drive to the customer. It's not a horrible drop off. It's not great, but it's not horrible. We'll be able to get back to a good delivery zone pretty quick. So rocking and rolling. We're doing the horizontal live stream today. I think for the most part, it's been pretty unsuccessful to have this come in. Bring the phone with me. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna make BRB great again. We're gonna make the BRB sign great again. So I'm gonna use that a lot more. I think right now it's just where we need to be. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, yeah, I want to be able to do more, like sit down and talk to the camera and while I'm not delivering, but I also know that this is just a good part of the channel too, and I don't want to lose it altogether. So I just I think I'm liking, for a while at least, going to take a break from doing a ton of the vertical live streams while I'm out and about. It's just too much. It's too many trolls and too much editing, and I think it puts a high burden on the mods, especially a lot of times there may only be one mod in at a time. They got to take care of a ton of stuff, and I can't really help and stuff like that. So we'll still do some, but I'm going to try to do it more when I'm actually able to do some modding. I am actually thinking about doing a quad live stream if I can figure out how to do it, at least a triple for sure, but maybe a quad live stream for the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be doing horizontal and vertical on the sports channel, Metropolitans, and then we'll also probably do at least a vertical live stream on this channel too. And that'll probably be, we'll let that be the final sports only live stream on the channel. I'm not going to be out delivering for Super Bowl this year. You need to drive because you're blocking my spot. Thank you. So we're gonna rock and roll with that. Good evening, Audrey. Thank you again for the notification on iViewIt. So iViewIt is a photography property inspection type of gig delivery app. So I tried it out because Audrey gave me a tip about it. We found one. I was looking, they had a few new ones up today, but nothing else that was worth taking. So I'm going to get everything set up here, though. So we are ready to go. I'm also very close to being a full catering driver for Deliver That. They asked me for like one more picture of my delivery bags today. So I'm waiting to see if we have that. Let me make sure I marked as arrived. We are good here on that. So appreciate everybody hanging out. We got the BRB sign up. And let's see. Yeah, they're still reviewing my catering bag. So, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go get this order really quick and hopefully be back with you guys right away. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, that was a long wait. At least I can chat with you guys as we go. Yeah, so I mean, there were about 4 orders sitting there when I got there, and they were backed up by like 10 minutes. So those orders that had been sitting there, those were cold. So anyway, we're back. John, how's it going? So this is 1675 plus from DoorDash. That's one of the reasons why I would wait that long. If that was like a $5 order or something, would have canceled out. So for your on-time stuff, just make sure if you're going to be delayed at all, there's that little question mark button. You hit that at the top, and then you click on store has an issue. This is how I've gotten my on-time ratings back up. And then order has a long wait time. Now you can do this. I got to be careful I don't hit any buttons here. So you can cancel after 10 minutes without it hurting your completion rate. But even if you're going to wait for the order, click on wait for the order. And that is what triggers extra time on the clock. So I was supposed to pick this up at 5:53. All right. And we got it at 6:08. And now we got to see how long it actually says, see if we have enough time to get there. And we do not. So now I have to call DoorDash. Yeah, it's still not perfect. So I still have to have this delivered by 6:19, and I'm 20 minutes away. So then what I immediately need to do at some point here, maybe not immediately, but while I'm on the way, I need to call DoorDash, and you have to be on the phone with DoorDash before you drop it off to try to make it so you won't get a late. Now, there's no way of knowing, like I said, specifically whether or not you get the late ding. That doesn't always show or not show unless you know your numbers and, you know, or whatever. So yeah, it's better than it was. It's still not perfect. It really struggles. Anything over like a 5-minute delay, it's really struggles with that. But this was like, in this case, was what, 15-minute delay, 52 to 18, 16-minute delay. So it just doesn't know how to handle it. But then if you call, supposedly they can keep it so it will not impact your late delivery rating. So I'll give you kind of the one end from here. That being said, I would not wait more than 10 minutes for anything cheap. You know, generally, I think your patience tolerance should be about a minute per dollar. So if it's like $10 or less order and there's no plus, there's no likelihood of a hidden tip or anything like that, I would definitely cancel out after 10 minutes. I would not keep on waiting. Let's see. Maybe we might keep driving straight here. Yeah. Better than being stuck at the light cycle. Okay, car, it's a green light. We should probably drive now because we got stuff to do. So yeah, we've got 6 miles to go, which is roughly what I figured. Nick, good evening. How's it going? Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for hanging out with the BRB sign while I was in there. So we're going to go ahead and get this dropped off. It says 1675 plus. So we waited 16 minutes. So it at least matches the dollar per minute wait time. But yeah, so if that was, say, like an $8 order going a mile, I would have canceled that out after 10 minutes. It's not worth the potential hit to being late for $8. So it's just kind of the system we got. Like I said, it's still not perfect. Midnight, like you were saying, it's better than it was. Or at least I figured out a little bit about it. And so when I'm a little bit closer here, I'm going to call DoorDash. So we'll do that. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. So we're trying. We try to get better. We try to keep making steps forward. It's always tough when you're a creator on a small budget or a negative budget. In my case, where I'm just trying to sell stuff. But we're doing so. I appreciate the kind words. So trying to make it as good of an experience for you guys as possible. We still have some connectivity issues in some parts of town that I really can't do anything to control at the moment, but I do appreciate the kind words. So I did pin, there's a pinned comment. That is the newest video that I did for I View It. It is a picture taking gig app where you go to a property and you do pictures and you write up a little report on whatever they ask you to write up a report on. So I did that whole thing and just kind of documented that. So it may be hit or miss. It's in some areas. I don't know if it's in every state, but it's in a lot of states. So if you're just looking for another gig delivery app to add to your repertoire, Audrey let me know about it. She sent me an email. Whether there were some other ones on the list too, but that was the first one I saw. So I figured, well, let me try it out. I signed up. I got on right away. Was able to get a good order, a $22 order. Now, it took me more than an hour because I didn't really know what I was doing and because I was documenting everything for you guys. But still, as a whole, it's definitely another tool in the tool belt. There's not a lot of opportunities, but like the day it came was nice because it was just the middle of the afternoon. And what was nice about I View It is it gives you a time frame. Like I just had to have it completed. I accepted it at like 1 o'clock and I just had to have it completed by 5 o'clock. So there's a lot of flexibility. So after I accepted it, I got a good DoorDash order. So then it wasn't like I had to rush there right away. I just like, okay, I'm going to go take the DoorDash order. And then I went and completed the view. All right, we're going to get over here and then in just a couple of minutes, I'll wait till it's going to be impossible for me to get there, which is pretty soon. So I'm supposed to have this delivered by 6:19, even with that. Yeah, Food Loop. I need to get signed up for it, but I know a lot of people. So a lot of people are excited about it. The only reason I'm a little bit nervous about it is it seemed like a whole bunch of big content creators came out with Food Loop stuff all at the same time. So I don't know if there's kind of a paid campaign behind this, because a lot of big gig tubers came out with Food Loop videos in a very short amount of time. Could just be a coincidence, but I just got my spidey senses up a little bit. That's all. I'm just doing, but I do need to get signed up and get on the wait list. I just prefer to go out and try stuff first before like telling you guys, yeah, you should go do it. I'd rather just be able to like gather the information, give it a trial run. And I like as much as possible doing fresh runs without having watched content. So I think there are benefits to take this right here so we won't be stuck at a light. I think there's a benefit to doing a fresh run with these apps, because if you watch how other people do it, then it's like, well, you knew how to do that thing, but if you didn't know how to do it, it'd be kind of tricky. So, Coriel, is that how you say that? I mean, it's crazy. There's just so much stuff in the gig economy world. There's constantly new ones. So what is Coriel? Is that, I mean, it sounds like a courier. So is that like a cordial courier is what I would assume. Is that food delivery? Is it package delivery? Drop some knowledge on that. By the way, I don't know too much about Food Loop, but since Nick brought it up, they're supposed to be having higher pay. They do have a pay-in model that I don't necessarily love. So, very nice, Jay. That's a very nice order. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Midnight. It could just be because it was new content, but I know sometimes in other industries within YouTube, the reason everyone comes out with it all at once is because they're kind of paid to do it all at once. And so for those of you who follow like affiliate marketing, you know there was kind of a big scandal with the Honey web browser extension, Honey, Honey, that sucked in a whole lot of like huge, we're talking like the big ones, the Mark Robers and the Mr. Beasts, they all got scammed by it all at once. And so doing that, yeah. Yeah, that's a really good job, Jay. So was that on Spark or was that on Instacart? I know some people have Walmart on Instacart in their markets. We do not. We only have, occasionally I'll see Walmart on Ubereats, but it's mostly just Spark here. Never seen a Walmart on Instacart. All right, so what I'm going to do here, that's a great day, Jay. Congrats. Oh, I was on Uber. Wow. Super cool. Super cool. All right, I got to call Doordash here. Call Doordash. So the reason I'm doing this is because I will not make it within the required delivery time. I do have Grubhub, yes. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, Grubhub. Yes. Yes. Real human. Current delivery. Real human. Real human. I hate these automated things. Representative. So I'm calling DoorDash because I'm going to be late according to DoorDash for this metric, so I'm trying to make sure it doesn't count as a late against my account. I'll get back to all your comments here in a second. All right, I'm on hold with DoorDash. Hi, how are you doing tonight? So by the time the restaurant had the order ready and I marked as picked up, there was no way I was going to be able to deliver it on time. So, and I even went through the question mark. I let the customer know that I need this to not count as a late delivery against me. So I'm calling to make sure that you can mark this as not a late delivery. I just got my on-time rate up to, where am I at? Like 96%. So I need to make sure it stays there and does not go down or goes up another point. However that needs to be. No, I'm not even to the delivery yet because I know you need to mark this before I deliver it. Yeah. No, not a violation, a late delivery. It's going because the delivery is due at 6:19 and it is 6:21. So no, I'm not calling, listen, I'm not calling about a late violation. I'm calling about a late delivery. Are you familiar? Okay. Okay. No, yeah, you're talking about a contract violation though, correct? I'm not talking. Yeah, well, okay, but I'm not talking. Okay, but listen, I'm not. I know, but these cannot be removed. Late deliveries cannot be removed by a callback. I've called multiple times and been told that. So I need to make sure this delivery is not a late. I'm not talking about a contract violation. I'm talking about a late delivery. So because as soon as I mark this as delivered, it will count as a late delivery, affecting my on-time percentage. That's what I'm calling about. Not a contract violation, not a late violation, an on-time delivery. Are you familiar with the new on-time delivery metric? Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yep. So when you call, they're going to keep telling you, well, this will protect you from a contract violation. That's not what I'm worried about. This is not a contract violation. And so he said, you're the first person who's called about this, right? Because people don't know because they're not letting you know this. So that's what's going on here. And so I'm on hold because he has no idea how to handle it. They have to mark the particular delivery as not late. It has nothing to do with contract violations. And so you have to be very clear because they're going to just keep saying, well, this will protect you from a contract violation. That's not why I'm calling about any of this. And so I'm trying to be firm but polite and trying to explain because most of the reps have no idea about this new late versus on time metric. So the problem is with all this is it's kind of a crapshoot as to who answers the phone, and you have only one shot because they cannot remove late deliveries from your metrics. They're on until you deliver 100 more, and so um, so so this is the still frustrating part. So the only reason this delivery is late is because the restaurant didn't have the food ready on time. And so I'm trying to protect because, but we'll know. We won't know for sure, but we have a chance of knowing for sure very quickly. And so the fact that DoorDash is still punishing drivers and most drivers wouldn't even know how to call to do this. And even those who do, like me, there's no guarantee that it's actually going to work. And I'll show you my metrics here in just a second. I'm zigzagging through some neighborhoods. But you have to be on the phone and they have to know it. They have to fix it like mid delivery. They can't fix it after it's been marked because once the system marks it as yes. No, it is a major rating because every point that it deducts makes it harder for me to be a platinum dasher. I need to have perfect on time rating. So I know that I know other, so it's gonna, right. So no, it is as important. It's going to cost me 1 point for my thing. So I don't know who told you that it's not as important. It's absolutely as important. Being late will move me down by one percentage point. So I'm on the new system. I'm on the new system, not the old system. So um, that's why I'm calling. So I need to make sure that this is not a late delivery before I mark this as delivered. then I have to deliver 100 more orders in a row. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out here in just a second. Yeah, well, please do. Yeah, I mean, but it can't be removed from my account, so I don't know how that's going to really help. But all right, sounds good. Well, we'll find out here, I guess, if I have to deliver another 100 orders. So yeah, I'm marking it as complete right now because I just handed it off. Yeah, and I just got the order was marked as late, so I just lost a point. So everything you said or everything your supervisor told you is completely wrong. So now I have to deliver 100 orders in a row on time to get to Platinum Dasher again. So, so everything that your supervisor told you is wrong because now it's 100 orders in a row. And the only reason I was late is because the restaurant didn't have the food on time. So your system is still broken. You are still punishing drivers for waiting for a customer's food, which seems like it's the exact opposite customer service you would want to provide. So I'm going to just keep advising drivers that if they have to wait more than 10 minutes at a store, that they should start canceling orders and not deliver them to customers, because that's the only way to protect on-time ratings. So whatever they're telling you about this, they're wrong under the new system, because I just got a late delivery and I called. I've done everything that I was told to do, and I'm punished. I'm punished for waiting for the customer's order at the restaurant. So I'm going to keep advising other drivers to not wait more than 10 minutes and cancel, because that's the only way that drivers won't get punished with this new on-time rating. So please just let your supervisor know. Yeah, no, I'm just saying, please let your supervisor know that they were wrong. That it is a major. It is, in fact, the on-time rating is the most important rating. Well, I guess it's the second most important. It's 30% of a dasher's rating. It's not the least important. It's the second most important, only to completion rate. So I'm telling you that so that way you know and understand, because when this program rolls out to the rest of the drivers, you're going to get lots and lots of phone calls about it. So that's all. Letting you know, and I'm going to keep letting other drivers know not to wait for customers' food and to cancel after 10 minutes, because it's the only way to have the ratings protected. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Sorry you weren't able to help me, but hopefully you get more clarification next time. All right. Yeah. Have a good night. Bye. Yeah. The only reason I didn't cancel, guys, is because it was the plus. It's like $16 plus for that type of order. It could be $40 or $50. So you still can't wait. You still can't wait extremely lengthy amounts of time. There's just nothing. They're going to punish you, and they're gonna tell you all. They don't know. The reps don't know, and as well, the not just the reps, but a lot of the supervisors don't even know about the new system. So we got to do a whole bunch more deliveries to get back to get to Platinum, which is why I said ultimately ultimately, you just need to, I think, live on gold. Live on gold under the new Doordash system. It's the stress-free way to do it, because even with all these things, as long as you play the games and the shenanigans, but like I said, don't wait for more than 10 minutes on Doordash unless it's well worth it, which would be like a plus, something with a plus, obviously $20, $30, but just know that you're going to have to trade off one of your on-time rating points. So, but don't wait 10 minutes for a $5 order. In fact, don't even take $5 orders for Doordash. So anyway, that's what we got. Yeah, no, they legitimately don't know. The guy was like, don't worry, you're protected from contract violations. I'm like, I'm literally told you 5 times I'm not calling about contract violations. They don't even know, because it's a test run right now. This new system, it's just like it's a test run rollout. So they're trained to handle the 99% of cases that they have, and then they don't know about this. So, yeah. Well, if you could somehow be platinum under this new system and full cherry picking, that would be beautiful. But it's just pretty much impossible, because I don't think you could ever deliver 100 orders in a row without any being late. And I think that's the plan of all of this. All right. Well, we'll take a break from that. We're going to grab this. I don't even see that. $10 for 4 mile on Ubereats. We'll give Doordash a little bit of a break. And when you're so in order to get platinum and have no acceptance rate requirement, you have to have 100% on time, 100% completion rate, and 100% customer satisfaction. That will get you to 75 points under the new system. And if you get to 75 points, that's the minimum for platinum under the new system. So you can get points from acceptance rate, but you really don't get any points unless you have like a 50% acceptance rate. And it's just not worth it, I don't think. So again, well, I'm talking under the new Doordash. We're in the new pilot program, which is the point system. I'll give you guys a breakdown here in a second, because this pizza place is never ready on time. So, and we're on Ubereats, so I don't even care. Well, let me go get parked. I'll show you what this looks like for those of you who are a little unfamiliar with this new point system. We've been talking about it for a while, but Torture, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I know I missed a lot of comments, but yeah, just kind of know, like, this is what's coming with Doordash. And for sure, it's like there's some pros to this program. And I think the best possible thing to do is just get to gold on this program and just hang out at gold and don't worry about it too much. Because you can be gold with like a 90 to 95% on time. Completion rate at 100% is the easiest thing in the world to do. Customer satisfaction, keeping it at 5 stars is pretty easy once you get it there. Once you get Doordash to remove all the bad customer ratings, will remove 2 a week from you. Okay. Yeah, so and that's the other way, is you could move up, but I've actually enjoyed just leaving Doordash on and just declining. It feels good to decline a lot of orders and really get a sense of how many bad orders there are in your market. It's amazing how many bad orders. So my acceptance rate on Doordash, and because Lisa's on this new program too, she's had it for a little while. So, but I've been living in gold for a week and a half, and that's pretty good. I mean, there are ways to get up. I could get up to platinum if I wanted, but let me just show you guys a little bit of what the new metrics look like. So I'm at 70, anywhere from 65 to 74% is gold. So let me just bring that up really quick for you all. Show my. All right, let's see. I don't know if I can't easily change the camera around here, but I'll show you what I can show you here. It's funny, I have the example comment as a pinned comment. Wasn't trying to do that. All right, let's see. We'll make that the pinned comment. All right. So this is the new points that you have to be. Sorry if that's a little blurry. Anyway, to be silver, you have to have 60 to 64 points, gold 65 to 74, platinum 75 plus. Okay, so that's part of it. But then here are my metrics, and I'll just read them out because I know you can't see them all, but they're there. I'm not trying to hide anything. So my overall rating right now is 70. I'm 70 out of 100. My acceptance rate is 12%, which earns me 0 points. You don't even get 1 point until you're at 26% acceptance rate under the new system. So I am currently at 0 points with a 12% acceptance rate. My completion rate, 100%, which that earns me 35 points. Okay, so 35 points for my completion rate. My customer rating, very high, 5-star. This is the least important metric, by the way, just so everybody knows. The least important metric Yeah, Jay. Well, that's the good part about this. You don't even have to worry about those orders anymore, unless you're going to try to get some points there. But the least important metric to DoorDash is customer rating. That's what they care about the least of these 4 metrics, because you only get 10 points for having perfect there, and then the on-time rating. This is what you have to battle. Then, if you can get this perfect, you can be platinum. Yeah. So if you can get this perfect, you could be platinum, and there is a way to do it, but I don't. The only way, sorry, got to get the phone back up here. The only way that you're going to do that is cancel everything that you have to. If you have to wait past the deadline to pick it up, just cancel it. But then if you're going to do that, then you're probably going to miss out on some big orders. So I wouldn't recommend that for your big plus orders or stuff like that. So, all right, we're at Mr. One Extraordinary Pizza. We're picking up 2 pizzas, a cheese and a pepperoni. Like I said, this place is usually kind of slow, but we'll throw the BRB sign up. Yeah, I mean, there are less hoops now than what it was, but I agree. Definitely something that I want to be moving away from, but I still want to help you guys and teach you guys, for those that are in DoorDash and are going to be there when the new program rolls out. We want to have it perfected. All right, I'll be right back with you guys. I'll chat. If I have to wait, I'll just chat like I did last time. All right, their 5 minutes was a little bit better. Good morning, Savage. How's it going? All right. Yeah, so I'm almost approved to be an actual catering driver for Deliver That. So they needed one more picture of my catering bags again, so I sent that in today. So hopefully in the next week, I'll start getting the more advanced notice on that. Zifty's been pretty steady. I'd say about 4. I get about 4 a week for Zifty. So definitely like that. Yeah, and I was on Deliver That, but I was the same day driver. And so I had to get enough deliveries to become the actual hey, morning is whenever you want it to be. All right. So anyway, that 5-minute wait was almost 5 minutes. Not too bad compared to the last 5-minute wait. And our drop-off location is going to bring us right down by Namba Ramen and the Crust Pizza and all those good places. So we have that. It's mostly dark, but there is still a little bit of light left in the sky. I see in like Canada gains like 80 minutes of sunlight during the month of February. So a lot of you guys, it's going to be a lot brighter at the end of the month than it is at the beginning of the month. I like that it's almost light till 7 o'clock now. And we changed clocks ahead in like a month. So then it's going to be light out till basically 8 o'clock by the time we get to that. So I'm ready for longer days. Always tired in the morning, so it's not a big deal. But it's like when it's light late at night or later into the evening, at least, I like that a lot better. So yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? And it's morning somewhere, Savage. So all right, what do we got to go? We got 2.8 miles. It's going to take us, yeah, all the way downtown. Yeah, you guys up north, you get it so bad. Still getting dark 5 to 5:30. Yeah, I can't show you guys, but there's still like a glow. There's like an orangey glow post sunset over the horizon down here. However, on the flip side, you guys get light way later in the night up north than I get it down here in the summertime. You guys get like sunlight. It's like light enough to like toss a football around until 10 o'clock in northern Minnesota. Here it's pretty much dark by 8:30. So we win the winter, you guys win the summer for daylight. Exactly. Oh no, I remember like Minnesota, Wisconsin. It's like it'd be 3:30 in the afternoon and you could tell the sun was going down. It's bad. February's the worst month though, right? Maybe not this year, but in general, February's cold. There's not a lot of great sports things other than the Super Bowl. I guess you race car fans got the Daytona 500 in there too, but it's like a bad sports month. It's cold. There's just not that much exciting going on. So, yeah, no, we get to like 5:30, I think, is like the earliest that it gets dark. I can put my sunvisor up, I think, though, now. But yeah, now I think our sunset's like 6:30, and we're gaining probably a minute or two a day. You guys up north, you're probably gaining 3 or 4 minutes a day. So more sun, more heat, less cold. Good for you guys, not as good for me down here. Forgot about that little detail. Yeah, no, that'll get clipped and posted somewhere. But it's also the shortest month, right? So yeah, zero in February. They generally say for food and gig delivery, February tends to be the worst month. Now I think we buck the trend down here a little bit because we have so many snowbirds who come down. But April, May, and June are pretty dead down here too, where I think it starts to pick up. Doesn't usually pick up until school lets out, or yeah, Memorial Day weekend. From Easter through Memorial Day, that's a rough stretch for gig delivery work for sure. All right, we are headed into sketchy internet zone for a little bit here, so you know the drill. I may fade in and out, but I'll be back with you as soon as I get back with you. This is a meet the customer at the door. It's like $10 for 4 miles. It repositions us really well back downtown. Of course, all you ice fishermen, you're coming to the end of your ice fishing season here, right? You probably only get like 3 more weeks, something like that. So then you got to take all those fish houses off the lake before the ice starts to melt. Yeah, it all depends on what your market has, what your market presents to you, what apps are available in your market, all these different things. They all make a huge difference. So that's why you want to keep growing the portfolio and then keep weeding out anything that's not helping you hit your goals for sure. So it's kind of wild though how everything varies so much. There was a and it was $8 to deliver that, no tip order. It's from some breakfast place. It wasn't even really close to me. It was like 30 minutes away. It was supposed to be picked up at 7:10. And I just went on to see, and it was still sitting there at 7:10 this morning. They probably just ended up outsourcing it to Doordash. So some Doordash driver got like a $7 plus catering order. They're probably really stoked. So they found out it only paid like $8. I would assume that's how they got it out. I mean, who knows? Maybe they were going to cash tip. But I mean, the pickup was, 30 minutes away from me. So I wasn't going to do it unless it was amazing. But it's just like, all these transactions are digital. And you're ordering from a catering app. I don't know. I know people don't like it when restaurants do it, but I just feel like you could just make it the industry standard that there is an automatic, you don't even have to call it gratuity, but like a delivery driver fee. Just be. Yep. Well, midnight, I'm still delivering this one. So I have Doordash on pause. So we're still considering this a good one. By the way, in case you didn't see, because I was on the phone, that last delivery was 18, that $16 plus or whatever. Yeah, that's That's what it is. They just I'm I am sure some DoorDash driver this morning got that, and they were probably really excited when they first saw it. So they dropped it off and realized they were stiffed on that tip. So at least the gate. Got an Ubereats or 6 week point. Joel. Except Joel.
I got this one right here. Yeah.
No, 756.
Oh, okay.
All right. Are we back live? I don't know. We're checked in at the gate, dropping off this pizza. I think we're live. All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We're sketchy internet zone over here, so just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. Got to find this house. Yeah. All right. Sorry, we're just battling the internet over here. For sure. For sure. I'm a sketchy internet, so that's for sure. Definitely. Joel. I was thinking, like, in my head, like, Christmas. We're getting out of this little area. Just got to drive like half a mile to get close to some of our good places. All right, so far we did one Doordash that was like 18 and one Uber that's 10, but we got to wait a little while to find out if there's a hidden tip on that one. So at least as of the moment, for tonight, Doordash is winning. And those are sad, sad words to say. Doordash is winning. Well, we can hang this north end of town for a little bit longer, and then we'll head down to Magic Dumpster. Kal-El. Isn't that Superman's? Jor-El. Jor-El. Kal-El was like Superman's original name or something. $10 for 10 mile on DoorDash from Chipotle. We're going to pass on that. Going to kind of hang out over by Nama Ramen. It's also a parking lot of a Publix too, so keep our eyes open. $11 for 8 miles with a bad drop off. We're going to decline that as well from DoorDash. So really when I come out for a shift like this, I'm just looking to try to get $50. It's pretty much what you're looking for. Some nights you're going to get more than that, but honestly, most nights, $50 for 2.5 to 3 hours is it's pretty standard, I think. All right. So we're going to actually unbuckle here for a second. How's it going, Stardashians? Hope you are doing well here tonight. So we've done 2 deliveries, 1 door tonight at least. I had some stuff earlier. But tonight, mile and basically which is a picture inspection. You want to see that different one abandoned store. That's what I do in that particular view, but all right, trying this again. Yeah, sketchy internet zone. This is just the one part of town right here. There's about a 3-mile stretch where the cricket internet doesn't work. Everywhere else is pretty good. So my car is more than meets the eye. My car has nothing. So awesome. Well, I appreciate all you guys hanging out tonight. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, I would absolutely be honored if you would. We're just going to sit here, not super long. We'll head downtown. Those of you who don't know, Magic Dumpster is a place that we like to go to get a good order. It's in a back alley of some of our higher end restaurants on the south side of town. So a lot of times I'll hang out the north end of town till about 7 or 8, depending on how busy it is. And then whenever orders die off on the north end of town, we head to the south end of town. Usually can pick up 1 or 2 orders down there. So we're really only looking for another like $20, $20 to $30, 2 more good orders, 2 more $10 orders. So yes, exactly, Torture. That's on the dream list. The dream list is Starlink on the car, though it would probably be to get a better car first before I get the Starlink. So actually, one of our Walmarts had some of the Starlink actual gear on clearance. I thought about grabbing some, but I decided against it. So, all right, nothing coming through on Uber, Doordash, Grubhub. Let's see, Shipped has a couple orders. Anything worth going shopping for? Probably not. They're all from Target. They're not as bad as they normally are, but the best one is way too long of a drive. That one's not horrible. It's still not great. And none of the Shipped ones can I combo up here. All right, I guess we're gonna do this. This matches what we're looking for here. This is from Namba Ramen, which we're parked right next to. $13 for 5 miles. There's a small chance of a hidden tip on it. It's not the greatest drop off, but after we drop that one off, we'll probably just start migrating towards the south end of town. All right, we're going to throw the BRB sign up one more time. All right, I think that was our least weight of the night. So sounds good. Gonna go try a vertical live stream. Yeah. I think we're gonna try to do this more. I think I'm gonna try to do more horizontal when I'm out and about. It's there are times the vertical is good, but it's a lot of moderating you have to do, and it's less fun. It's fine if I'm just sitting at a computer or I'm like sitting at the phone. It's not a big deal, but all right, this is only 3 items, so there is a potential of a hidden tip, but I'm not going to be holding my breath on this one, I don't think. Hold on, let me get this. Sorry about this. Sorry, I'm going crazy here. I gotta plug in this phone here. It's a little hard to do without hitting buttons and stuff. There. All right, we make it work though. We make it work. We got to go 5 miles now because we were obviously sitting at the pickup. We're going to basically go right back pretty close to where our last drop off was. This is 13. So then really after this, we're only looking for one more decent order. That'll be our 50 for the night. So we had an 18. This is a 13. So that's 31. We had a 10. That's 41. So we're just looking for one more good order on that. Well, congratulations, Savage. Breaking that 500 mark is always fun. For those of you who are sports fans, Savage Batman has a sports channel, and I also have a separate sports channel, Metropolitans. We're closing in on the 100 subscribers on that one. So hopefully we'll pick up some subs here on Super Bowl Sunday. So Curriel is full. I started the sign up waiting at the last pizza place. So my goodness, people drive so slow. Do drivers do this thing with you guys where they drive slow, and then the light turns yellow and then they just gun it? It's like if you had just actually driven when the light turned green in the first place, a bunch more people could have gotten through. Get myself on another wait list if Curriel is full down here. But yeah, I got the app downloaded, so that was as far as I was able to get it. It's this one, right? Just to confirm. Just to confirm, is this that? Did I get the right one? Make up to 30 per hour. We'll see. I like how all these apps are like, created by a former delivery driver, but then you just give them a year and they all look exactly the same. Because despite what delivery drivers want, ultimately, there's what the economics of the gig delivery world can actually handle. There's not enough margin. There's not enough slices of the pie for everybody to get a decent slice of the pie. That's the ultimate gig delivery problem is there's too many people who need a piece of the pie. In order for the economics to work, ideally you want to get rid of one of the pie slices. one of the hands in the kitchen or whatever the metaphor that you want to use is, because that's ultimately the problem. Is you could eliminate DoorDash and have orders sent directly to you, and all those fees went directly to you, and everybody be making bank. In fact, if you could figure out how to do it, you could probably lower the fees. But the problem is you just can't scale it. So the only scalable people are the people on the Doordash and the Ubereats end, not the drivers, the actual companies. They're the scalables. All right, so we got to go. Wow. They're already sending us like our next order on Ubereats. We're like 5 miles away still. It's a little early to be doing that. Little early. Little early. All right. Vitalik, how's it going? We're doing our third delivery of the night. This will put us at $40, basically. Rounding, keeping it simple, but roughly $40 for the night. So we're doing about $20 an hour pace, which isn't great, but it's not horrible. Yeah, well, some of my favorite deliveries to do, I like doing Instacart for we have a lot of old people too. So I like doing Instacart for these older people who tip well and who are genuinely appreciative of bringing the stuff to them. We have too many drivers. Our market is just way oversaturated with drivers, especially on Instacart. But I've actually been getting better Instacarts over the last couple of weeks than I got when I was a Diamond Instacart shopper. So throw that one in the conspiracy pile of another program that's maybe not worth it. Like I'm whatever the level is below Diamond, Platinum or something like that. But like yesterday alone, they were both triples, but I got one 60 and one 70 on Instacart. Like I only saw a handful of 70s as a Diamond Instacart shopper all year. Like I was Diamond for about a year and a half, I would say, on Instacart. And I probably only saw, 5 to 10 70s over all that time. Then to get a 60 and a 70 not as Diamond yesterday, like it's not hard to be Diamond on Instacart if that's your only app. But if you're multi-apping and trying to just always take the best option available, it gets a little bit tougher to be Diamond while also maintaining set numbers of deliveries in other apps as well. I don't know. Anybody doing Instacart find that Diamond shopper doesn't really matter that much? All right, so we're delivering this sushi order. It's like $13. We still have 4 miles to go. I think we've hit every red light on the way. So fun. We've been talking about a lot of different gig apps tonight. Couriel, I View It, some of the catering apps, Food Loop. So there's always times and opportunities. I would say in general, the history proves that these apps are always best at the beginning and they just end up going downhill. At the beginning, they're desperate to get drivers, and then later on, they're desperate to make money. So they probably, a lot of these apps, they probably have pretty good venture capital behind them or good funding, so they can afford to do that. But then to scale it, the only way they can scale it is keep knocking down driver pay, put the burden of cost on the consumer. I still do think then there probably are some localized ones, but I think there is still a potential for a premium delivery service, like where the fees are higher, the drivers are paid, but with much higher, similar to kind of like what catering or apps kind of have that higher expectation, but like fully screened drivers, strict on time or communication rates, premium delivery service direct to the door, that sort of thing. I still think that there is that. And someone who could put together a premium delivery service could really steal the top end of the market. You could have, minimum orders. You say put a minimum order of like $50 on the app. Minimum driver fee of $10. So driver fees, 20%. They're just a driver fee, not a tip. You could tip above and beyond that, and drivers would be have very strict metrics that they'd have to follow. Things like no multi-apping and spot checks and stuff like that. I think you could pull that off. All right, so I think we'll after we drop this one off, we're gonna head back down to where we were, and then we'll start heading south. No, so currently, Torture, I don't do any ride share because I'm driving an 04 Pontiac Vibe, and ain't nobody want to get a ride in this rust bucket. So I've heard that people do pretty well with Uber and Lyft in my area. I've thought about just doing a rental car for a week and just trying to do some Uber on that. Oh, wow. We're going to take this. This is $27 for 7 miles on Grubhub, of all places, from PF Chang's, which we were going to drive by after this delivery anyway. So we just have to get there before we get timed out, because I still have to go about a mile the other direction here. But yeah, I mean, $27 for 7 miles, but 4 or 5 of those are going to the PF Chang's in the first place. Not really worried too much about getting to the restaurant right away, because PF Chang's is always backed up for supper time. Well, that'll put us at close to 60 now. Oh, no. 40? It's going to put us close to 70. So it's crazy. So we went from 40 in 2 hours to then you get 27. We get that done in a half an hour. We're going to be close to 70 in 2.5 hours. So all it takes a lot of times is just one good order to have your night go from bad to decent, or from decent to good, or good to great. A lot of times that's all it takes. So hopefully, if people can learn how to drive, I can get this Namba sushi dropped off, and we get turned right back around and head to PF Chang's before that offer gets timed out on us. I'm not used to seeing $3 a mile on Grubhub. That's just pretty rare. That's pretty rare on Grubhub in my area. So yeah, I don't know. What do I need to know for Uber and Lyft if I were to ever do that with a rental car? If you guys know Uber and Lyft, I don't know a lot of you guys have done some form of ride share, but would it be worth it to actually rent an SUV? like get like a nice SUV, and can I make it up? Could I make up $80 a day? I mean, obviously, I think I would still multi-app, right? I would assume I would still. Do you still multi-app? There's a big part of me, though. One of my favorite parts about food and gig delivery is that I can just be alone, or I can stream. A lot of those things I wouldn't be able to do if there were passengers in the car necessarily. So, come on, let's go green light. I got another order to pick up. Well, I think we've caught like every single red light on this trip. Yeah, be interesting. I think on certain weekends you can make it work. I mean, that would probably be the way to test run it, is just see what it looks like if you did it. Pick up your rental Friday morning and drop it off Monday morning. 3 days, 72 hours or whatever. So someday maybe we'll try it. I just do like the peace and the quiet and the having my vehicle to myself, but I feel a lot more comfortable doing it now than I think I would have. Where do I need to go for this? Right before the gate. Is there another gate? Not a real gate? Oh, there is. There's a gate. All right. Couldn't see it coming around the corner. Hold on. Gotta type in our little gate code. We're about 30 minutes away from an airport, which is like perfect. Well, I'm gonna get out to. I'm not gonna be able to reach this. Yeah, we're about 30 minutes away from like the big international. We have like a little local airport in town that the smaller jets, but it's like 30 minutes away, which is like the perfect distance. There's a lot of people who fly in who need the ride to the airport, but it's like you're not going to be like, most of the time you're not going to be stuck in traffic as long as you have to do the morning airport runs. Then you're going against the flow of traffic. Oh, I feel like I've been over this way before. All right. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm not even going to put the sign up for this one. Yeah, I could see myself doing something like that, even with like our family doing that. We might be doing some of that this summer. We'll see. Trying to get there. Hold on. All right. I love how my phone just like shut off. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. I think that's a big thing. Like, you don't have to go all in and like rent a car for a month and see if it works. You can just try it. You know, I'm not going to do it because it's a little too close, but something like a Valentine's weekend or a Halloween weekend or something along those lines, you know, where you've just got a better chance of like surge pricing and stuff like that. All right, we're on our way to PF Chang's. We are on our way to PF Chang's. We got this $27 for 7 mile, but the first 4 miles are to the restaurant, which are the miles we were planning on driving anyway. PF Chang's is usually behind a little bit. Like, I can't really ever think of a time that I wasn't like waiting there. I don't know if I've ever walked into PF Chang's with the order ready, but this time this might work because it is past the main supper rush. And so we're going to get down to PF Chang's, pick up this order, put us at $70, and then maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see if we can squeeze out another $30, get to $100 supper time. So that'd be great. Unexpected, but great for sure. And just kind of a note for everybody, like, we're doing this on very few orders. We've delivered 3 orders. In 2 hours, we delivered 3 orders, all singles, all $10 plus, all basically 5 miles or less up until this next one here, which is like 7 miles. We stayed in the basic same area. And so it's always more pleasant to do like $10 or higher runs than it is to do these $5, $6 runs. They're just not worth it in the long haul. Every once in a while, there's one that makes sense. In the middle of the afternoon, sometimes I'll take stuff like that. But during supper time, I think you're just better off just hanging out and waiting for a decent order to hit your phone. And we haven't really had to wait super long anywhere. Not more than about 5 minutes. And so it's better for your car. It's better for your headspace, I think. Those $5, $6 for 1 to 3 mile orders are always there. They're pretty much there 24 hours a day. So don't spend your time on those, at least during mealtime. I've really moved to just say, like, yeah, you can get the money in multiple ways, but I would rather sit for 15 minutes and wait for a $10 order than take a bunch of like $4, $5, $6 orders. Because if you have to wait, you're waiting just as long, whether it's doesn't matter how much the order pays you, a wait is a wait. So it's just my take on it. But well, thank you guys all for hanging out. This is A Side of Hustle. The goal of this channel is to move 10,000 people from stupid broke to self-defined millionaires, from poor in every area of your life to rich in every area of your life. So we do gig delivery stuff on here, but I also sell on eBay and Amazon. Help you guys get started on that. Also talk about just a lot of mental, spiritual, physical health things as well. So really, it's kind of like a holistic gig delivery channel, if you want to kind of call it something like that. So yeah, I've thought about that too. And I've also heard, I'm not endorsing this, but I've heard that you can set up if you don't want to do like long distance drives, you can set up as an e-bike, but then just use your car. I'm not endorsing doing that, by the way. But I have heard of some people who have done that with pretty good success of not getting these super high mileage orders that you're trying to avoid those. So if you're going to use that strategy, use that one completely at your own risk. For me, I get a few too many really good orders that are high, 10 to 15 miles. You know, I'll get $40 for 15 miles every now and then. So I would not want to limit myself to a smaller radius. But I have thought about just like renting an e-bike and then just throwing on e-bike settings too, just to see what the e-bike people get. All right, so we're on our way to PF Chang's. This is a Grubhub $27 order. Wow. Where do you acquire that? So, yeah, I do Facebook. I actually did a Facebook Marketplace deal today. Definitely not for that much, though. I sold a folding table for $50 on Facebook Marketplace. That was did that. And then I'm selling off some of my old office equipment. So I sold a paper tape machine on eBay for $350 yesterday. So I do need to put out some basic, I'm trying to get a bunch of basic videos out on all these different topics. I'm working on an eBay series. So I just don't have time. I don't have time right now to make a ton of long form videos. So many I want to make, but with February being a short month, I got to work like extra hard. I got to work extra hard to get all the bills paid. But you only have 28 days and bills come around quickly. Yeah, so where do you get, and what are your profit margins on that? So like on a $1,000 heavy equipment sale, what's your buy cost and profits? One of the best things about Facebook Marketplace, they don't take any fees. So you got to do all the work. It's maybe a little harder to get the sale, but they don't take any fees because they don't really help you that much. They're just a communication portal. They're making their money through ads and through product placement and stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So other companies are basically paying advertising that subsidize the cost of Facebook. And I definitely think it's an undervalued platform, and it gets a bad rap because of is this available? But I've definitely had my fair share of good sales on Facebook Marketplace for sure. I don't know. I'll have to do some research on that because I haven't been in a position to really spend a lot of money on inventory recently, and I won't get into it all now, Torture, but I talk about it a lot on the channel. We got a lot of debt, and so I'm trying to minimize expenses, but I do want to get I am trying to get my eBay and Amazon fully rolling again. My Amazon is just temporarily paused. And then my eBay is full, but it's not full of recent stuff. It's lots of sports cards and stuff. I'm hoping to get that rolling again this year here. 2025 Topps Series 1 comes out shortly. So I've got a basic strategy that I've used in the past. I'm going to try again. And what's nice about it is you get fresh eyes in the store. They'll also buy some of your older inventory too. And I'm doing that. I'm using my sports YouTube channel to promo the eBay store as well. So essentially, I'm sponsoring my own videos with my eBay store, and so that's kind of the strategy that I am playing out with trying to do that, because obviously I sell mostly baseball and football cards, and then on the sports channel we mainly cover baseball and football. All right, we are arrived here at PF Chang's. I have no idea why my phone keeps on turning off even though I'm in the midst of streaming. Caleb, how's it going? Yeah, so some of it is, but my style that I do it is it's pretty low cost to get in, and it's a volume based thing, and it's a great way to just build out like a good customer base. Let's see. I'm gonna whoa, calm down there, car. Calm down there, car. All right, it's not normally where I like to park, but we're gonna make this work. Oh yeah, BBCE. Yeah. Yeah, I know they're the big dogs in the, especially. I don't know all that they do, but I know they do a lot of authenticating of the old wax. So, yeah. All right. So most of you guys know the drill by now. I'll be back here shortly. If I have to wait at all, I'll comment on stuff while I'm waiting in there. But hopefully we got here late enough that the order will just be ready when we get here. All right, so I just Hey, Hop, how's it going? Just a heads up, we're I appreciate you being here, but we are English only in the chat. Just a heads up. So, all right, and I just got a partial answer to one of the questions we've had a lot, which is we see these huge long distance PF Chang's orders that are going like 60, 70, 100 miles. And so I asked the lady that was working there tonight, like, are these real orders? She said, yep. Yeah, they're real orders. And I guess there's just only a couple of PF Chang's in all of Southwest Florida. And most of the ones just get filtered to this particular PF Chang's. Either that or they get so many at the Fort Myers location. And so it's real. And I asked her, like, well, do they get picked up? And she said, about half. About half of them get picked up and people actually drive the 40, 50 miles. I wonder if they actually do. I don't know if they like actually deliver it. She said the other half get canceled and they end up just throwing them away. So someday maybe we'll take one of those orders. I don't know. Sounds kind of crazy. But we got our order. This is our PF Chang's order. We do not have to go 60 or 70 miles. We only have to go 4 miles. And this is a $27 order. So, like I said, usually we have to wait at PF Chang's, but this one's been waiting for a while. If there's any category of driver we are short on in our community, it is Grubhub drivers, because I get Grubhub orders from all over the place. And you don't have to be anywhere near the restaurant to get a good Grubhub order. Oh, and then I asked her, like, do you ever get calls and complaints like, hey, my food is cold? And she said, nope. She's like, people know they're ordering from 70 miles away and they just don't complain about it. Like, how addictive must PF Chang's be for you to order it from 70 miles away? Is it that good? Is PF Chang's that good that it's worth getting from 70 miles away? I don't know. So what's the furthest distance order you guys have ever delivered? That's one of my questions. I think I've done like 30 miles. That was back when I was new to it and didn't know things like dollars per mile, and all I cared about was dollar bills. So $30 for 50 miles, awesome, let's do it. Now it's like $20 for 18 miles. Yeah, probably not. 20 for 15, probably not. 20 for 10. I guess I have to. It's $2 a mile. I guess I'm supposed to. But someday when we're like super crazy famous on this channel and we've got tons of channel members and mad ad revenue and all that sort of good stuff, someday then we'll take a journey to one of those long trips. So we've got 3 miles to go to drop off this PF Chang. It's going to drop us off kind of the center part of town. From there, we'll work our way. I got a little umption in my gumption after this because we're going to be close to $70. We might also have some final tips on our Ubereats orders coming through soon. See if there's any hidden tip that came through on either of those. We have 13 and 10, I think. Nice, Midnight. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because you got to drive all the miles back, so you're still $2 a mile after you drive there and back. Were you able to catch anything on the way back too, to like not have so many dead miles? Because at that point, I'd be like anything that's not like ridiculous, but even like $15 for 20 miles that you were going to drive anyway, you could kind of be somebody's hero and take some of those not normally great orders, but because those miles were dead miles, you could do stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like when you first start out with some of this stuff, man, it really suckers you in. Instacart got me early on too, because I would see something like $80 for 40 miles. Well, that's $2 a mile, right? But by the time you shop, and usually if you're getting like an $80 Instacart, you're shopping for like 60, 70 items, 3 drop-offs on the way. And then you got to drive all the way there. But then when you get there, there's just nothing. At least in my area, you drive 40 miles out, there's nothing. You got to drive 35 miles back to get to anything. I mean, it's like it's out to the middle of swampland, the boonies. So I got suckered on a couple of those. But when you're not sure what you're looking for and you've seen lots of $5 and $6 orders, it's so easy to jump on the first $20 bill that you see. And then you just get numb to it. Like even on Doordash now, when they throw up a gold offer, like I'll look at it, it's like $6 for 1 mile. Like, nope. Like I said, unless it's the middle of the afternoon, it's like you can make it look pretty by have a gold overlay on it or whatever. That doesn't make it a good offer. No, but part of this is, I mean, one of the things I like about gig delivery work, though, is it actually forces you to confront some of your deficiencies. And so it's actually kind of I don't want to say to get over greed altogether, but it definitely teaches you to not be quite as greedy and start making like some wise decisions with stuff, not just looking purely at dollar bills, but valuing your time and stuff. And that's I learned a lot. Yeah. So that's fine though. I mean, because you got $4 a mile for the trip, so then you got $2 a mile for the round trip. I would do that. It's like because you could probably get that done in 6 hours. Not your day. You're $50 an hour. $50 an hour, $2 a mile. I mean, you can do more if you want, but for most people, that would knock out their goal for the day. And you get it done in 6 hours, 8 hours even. I mean, I don't know exactly what the terrain is. You said mountains, but even 8 hours, you're still good. I mean, you're still $37.50 an hour with the 8 hours. So, all right. So we're like 0.4 miles away. This is kind of like a ritzy little area here. It's by the Ritz-Carlton, or one of the Ritz-Carltons in town. The Ritz-Carlton Resort. There's a Ritz-Carlton Hotel and there's a Ritz-Carlton Resort. It's by a super nice golf course, like that hosts PGA Tour events, called Tiburon. So this is just one of the neighborhoods that are right off the edge of that here. It's very, very close to where we dropped off and picked up earlier today as well. So we'll see if this little neighborhood we're going in is gated or not. It looks like it is. Gate is closed. Let's see. Drop off instructions. Let's. It's just to call the attendant, it looks like. Hold on. Let me mute for a second. I didn't say anything. They just said access granted and let me in. All right. Here we go. So this is a very nice order. This was $27 for 7 miles, but the first 4 we had to drive anyway to get back to good stuff. So it's basically $27 for 3.5 miles, something like that. Hold on. Getting confused. Don't want to make a wrong turn here. It's on Grubhub. We will turn all, well, I never turned off Uber, but I'll unpause Doordash here as soon as we get this dropped off. Yeah, no, there's something like I don't mind. I don't mind the longer drives as long as I'm being fairly compensated. I mean, I've driven from Wisconsin to Florida and back, or Minnesota to Florida and back multiple times. So I'm good. Like, I'm good driving hours and hours by myself. All right, hold on. I'm not going to throw the sign up for this one. We'll be back here shortly. All right, we're back. Yeah, it is. It is like a trucker route for sure. For sure. That it's a long drive. I don't know if I'd do it in the winter. Well, I have done it in the winter. I would not willingly do it in the winter. But all right, so now we're at $70 roughly. All right, so that was our Mr. 01 pizza order on Ubereats. We took it at $10.62. Final tip came through and was $12.08. So they end up doing just like a $10 flat tip plus $2.08 base pay, but ends up being like an extra $1.50 hidden tip. So that's nice. We're still waiting on one more final tip to come through on Uber. Remember, on Ubereats, anything over or anything $10 and up can have a hidden tip on it. You're most likely, if it's $10 or more and 5 miles or less, that's where I find most of my hidden tips. But you can get hidden tips on anything $10 plus. By the way, the other day, but I actually, for the first time ever, let me figure out where I'm going. Let's go directions to Namba Ramen. Directions to the crust pizza. So the other day, I was did a Grubhub, and as soon as I dropped it off, I got a notification your customer left an extra $5 tip. That is the first time I had ever seen a bump in tip on Grubhub. Oh, let's see, hold on. No, it's round trip though. You got to double the mileage, Walmart's. It was 78 miles out, 78 miles back. So 4.5 hours for like 150, 160 miles. If I'm mathing right. Or it could have just been in the mountains, right? So if you're in the mountains, you do get really slow. If I misread that, I was thinking it was like 78 miles out, 78 miles back. So it's like 150 round trip. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's 150 round trip, but in the mountains, I don't know, Walmart's, have you ever driven, like, the mountains have like some sketch parts where you got to go like 45 miles an hour downhill. And trucks have to go, and there's even parts, it's not, obviously the mountains in the eastern half of the United States are nothing like the western half of the United States. Having been both on the top of Pikes Peak and been on the top of like Mount Washington in whatever Vermont or New Hampshire, whatever state that's in. Like, yeah, obviously the peaks out west are high, but even in the mountains of Tennessee, there's areas where you can only go 35, 40 miles an hour. So I don't know the exact route, obviously, he was driving, but 4.5 hours for 160 miles round trip. That sounds reasonable in the mountains. If it was really snowy, then 4.5 miles for just the one way could be reasonable too. All right, so we're just going to head down to 41, which is our main road. We do not currently have any orders in the car. We are 2.5 hours in. Started roughly 5:30. So 5:38, 2.5 hours in, we're at $70. So we went from a $20 an hour pace to like a $30 an hour pace thanks to one order. So it's 8 o'clock. It is a school night. It's a regular weeknight. I'm not really expecting there to be too much else, but we're going to at least drive down to Magic Dumpster, where we like to go to get a good late night order. We're going to try to find, obviously I'd love to get to 100, but realistically, one or two more $10 orders, get to that $90 range. See what we can knock out. I am going to be, I'll probably be live on Metropolitans, the sports channel, after I get home tonight. Of course, the big baseball news last night, Mets re-signed Pete Alonso, a 2-year deal. It's a 1-year deal with a player option for the second year if Pete wants it. But we'll talk a little bit more about that. There's a lot more information and reaction out today. Now that, last night we were on like 7 minutes. Wow, I started getting the stream set up like 7 minutes after the news broke. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mountain back roads, small town back roads. It's, there's plenty of places in this country once you get out of the main area where there's roads that are 25, 30, 40 miles an hour. You can go faster on those roads, but it's kind of at your own risk, both for safety and for random cops that just like hide out in the middle of nowhere. We do have a Doordash available. Our Doordash is available all the way through to 9 o'clock. So I'm thinking I got about an hour left in me. We'll see what we can find. One or two more $10 orders get us to 80, 90 bucks on the night. Even if that ends up being 3.5 hours, 90 bucks, I'll be happy with that. So I'm not going to stop on the north end of town at this point, but we're going to drive past so many different places and restaurants here. Grubhub sending us a $15 for 18 miles. So that's Grubhub's back to being its normal Grubhubby self. I'm so used to seeing $7 for 27 miles on Grubhub that I do a double take when I see $27 for 7 miles. I get like one or two really good Grubhub orders a month, I would say. So there's one of them. Oh, also wanted to start talking a little bit about Valentine's Day strategy. What is going to be your strategy? Valentine's Day is a Friday this year. I think delivering could be great that entire weekend because I think there's going to be some people do the Friday night thing. I think some people will do the Saturday and Sunday thing. You might even get people who jump the gun and try to do the Thursday night. So, and I'm going to be a bachelor for about 36 hours over that weekend. So my wife has a teacher's conference. That's going to be, she's leaving for that on Thursday night. And then I think she gets back Saturday morning. Kids don't have school. So my wife's parents, they're taking the kids. So I will be like what I was for 28 years or something like that. I'll be a bachelor on Valentine's Day, but I'm just going to be out delivering. Gonna try to make some buku bucks on Valentine's Day. I haven't decided if I should go for I will have the ability to do it. So you guys got to let me know. Should I try for an $800 and 24-hour Valentine's Day? I wasn't planning on going for 800 until next New Year's Day. But since I have no family to worry about or take care of, I thought about just going like for Valentine's Day. I was thinking about going 7 to 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. It's like 7 a.m. Valentine's Day morning. And then do the whole overnight. We just knocked off the $700 in 24 hours on New Year's Day this year. So that's a video on the channel if you haven't seen it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I have zero responsibilities, and I wasn't planning on doing it, but I can always just pull the plug if, it's going to be one of those that you have to start the morning. I don't think there's enough. It's a $17 for 10-mile double on Doordash. I'm going to pass. It's taking us to a bad drop-off location. But I don't know. I'm kind of thinking. I mean, the other option would be I could do Thursday night into Friday night, but I still think Friday night overnight would be better than Thursday night overnight. That's my gut says Friday night, late night, because the problem with all these things is you have to be busy. You have to be busy throughout the night. And even though Valentine's Day is Friday, I just feel like there's not going to be a lot of good orders at like 1, 2, 3 a.m. Friday morning. I think I'm more likely to get those Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, I could still go out and deliver on Thursday. I'm not saying I wouldn't deliver on Thursday. I'm just saying that I'd probably do the 24-hour challenge and just start it Friday morning and go through the Saturday because Valentine's Day is Friday. I don't know. Because you gotta figure out. I mean, you got to figure out how you're going to get through 1:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. is rough. Or if you're just going to go home and sleep those couple hours and try to make up for it. I don't think it's doable. I really don't. But I guess it would kind of depend on if I could get a catering order or two set up. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Is it even worth trying? The other problem with Valentine's Day from years past is this. So many people are ordering, you end up just getting stuck at restaurants. You just get stuck waiting, and there's nothing you can do. Like if you get Papa John's orders, they make all these heart-shaped pizzas, and they sell, hundreds of them. Because it's like date night. So what are we going to get the kids while we go out on our date? We're going to get the kids, show them we love them, and we're going to leave them. Something along those lines. So that's the big issue with it. However, with it being on a Friday, I feel like those orders will be spread out a little bit more. Like when Valentine's Day is like a weeknight, right? So last year, I believe it was a Wednesday because it was a leap year, so it jumps 2 days this year. Leap year came after. So I think Valentine's Day was a Wednesday last year. Problem is, you have everybody who's ordering their Valentine's Day dinner in like a 2-hour spurt because everybody's got to get up to go to work. But with it being on a Friday, I think you're much more likely to see larger orders coming in, even 9 o'clock at night, maybe even 10 o'clock at night. So, and then you're going to have those couples that are just doing the total not fancy. Like we're just going to order a bunch of junk food from McDonald's and everything like that. It is. It is. So I did. Does anybody remember the number I did on New Year's Day? I think I did like 780 on New Year's Day. So it's on the channel, Torture. You'll have to check it out. $700 in one day, and I think I ended up with 780. And that was starting New Year's Eve into New Year's Day. So I started like New Year's Eve night at it was like 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. So I can't try to go for it again. I got to go for something bigger. So if I'm going to do it, there's no shame in doing it and failing, right? So Trevor's Deliveries, he actually was the one who inspired me to go for the $700 day, and he hasn't hit it yet, I don't think, unless something's come out in the last week or so. He's tried and failed 9 times for the $700 day. So I'm assuming he's going to go for it. Valentine's Day seems like a natural day to go for it. Super Bowl Sunday would be a day to go for it too, but I've got other commitments this year. So I did $600 on Super Bowl Sunday last year. And I think I probably could do if I didn't have it, but my dad's going to be in town. So, and my daughter has a church party and I'm going to be streaming. So I'll be doing a little delivery on Super Bowl Sunday, but I can't do the full 24-hour. And if I did it for Super Bowl Sunday, I learned from last year, you could actually get away with just doing it Saturday night, like 5 p.m. Saturday to 5 p.m. Sunday. That's how I would do Super Bowl. Money, money, money. Insta shipped. Let's get midnight a big order here. Let's go. We're about halfway to downtown here. So we're going to go by Cheesecake Factory, which I started to pull some better orders out of Cheesecake Factory recently. And we're going to get to downtown. We'll hang out by Magic Dumpster. I'm not going to hang out super long if there's no good orders. Yeah, so I'm going to be streaming. I think I'm going to stream on both channels. I'm going to stream on this one, and I'm going to stream on the other channel. I just haven't decided if I'm going to do vertical and horizontal for both channels. Like I might do the quad stream. I'm thinking about it. So I don't really care about the game. I'm going to be dead honest. This is probably the Super Bowl matchup that I wanted the least of, like the teams that were all in the mix. But it's what we got. I'm going to go out. I'm going to have some fun with that for sure. But yeah, I'm leaning towards just because everything is working with the schedule. And it's like, look, worst case is I go for it and I fail. You know, the other option would be to go and do the same thing I did on Super Bowl Sunday, but I think there's going to be good. So I have 2 computers and I have 2 phones. So I can do vertical on each phone and horizontal on each computer. I just don't know if the internet's going to be able to handle that plus streaming the game. That's part of it that makes me a little bit nervous too. So because I'm going to need to stream the game and then do quad stream out. Plus, you know, the kids are probably going to watch the game too. So I don't know. I honestly don't know if the internet's going to be able to handle all of that. It gets sketchy from time to time as it is. So that might not be the wisest decision. Here's a Cheesecake Factory. Is it good? Not great. $9 for 6 miles with a bad drop off. So this time of night, I really want to stay downtown unless it's big money. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more people streaming that night just because it is the Super Bowl. So that means there's going to be a bigger pull on the internet. So they probably won't do 4, but it sounds like a cool idea. We'll see. If for whatever reason I can't pull it off, then it'll just be on Metropolitans. But I do want to be on both. I want to be on the main. I want to be on this channel on the off chance that Grassi would decide to raid us for the Super Bowl. Because you know how epic a Super Bowl raid would be? It'd be so cool. So that's my primary motivation for wanting to stream on this channel, is just in case Grassi were to give us a Super Bowl raid. Because I don't think he's discovered the new channel yet, and there's no reason he would have discovered it. So on the teeny tiny slight chance that we might get a Grassi raid, that's why I want to be live on this channel. All right, well, we're almost to downtown in the Magic Dumpster. We're going to see what sort of orders that we can do. I guess that would be a possibility. I could stream. I could just stream one off of Verizon. I could stream the 2 phones off of their networks instead of streaming them off of the in-house internet, and then stream the computers off the in-house internet. That's a good idea. I like that, Torture. Let me think on that. Maybe I'll do a test run. Might try to do a test run sometime. The Super Bowl is only a few days away, right? It's Thursday, so it's like 3 days away. So I guess if I'm going to do a test run, I better do that soon. But I do like that idea. Just run the phones off of their own separate networks. And then run. I mean, in the very least, I really don't have to do. I really wouldn't have to do 4. I could just do 1 on this channel. I could just do a phone vertical on this channel, and then a vertical and a horizontal on the sports channel. It is true, but I also think he would recognize me. I think that's, like, he does look for new channels. It's true. Both are true. He'll probably be like, hey, wait a second, I know that guy. I feel like it'd be weird to like reach out and say, hey, by the way, I'm on a new channel now for the sports stuff. But he likes us too. I mean, he mentioned us midstream. I never got back to cutting that out, but I need to go back. That was that Rams. I think it was the Rams halftime. Just turned down like a $13 for 16 mile on Uber here. That means there's still decent orders out here. Obviously, that one's not good enough to take, but least it's a sizable order. All right, we're going to go park here by Magic Dumpster. If we can. It's been more people parking by Magic Dumpster recently because they've learned the magic is there. There's actually a guy who's bringing trash too. Over by Magic Dumpster. I'll show you guys here in a second. Let me get parked here. Try not to run over any pedestrians. All right, here we go. I can't easily turn the camera around. Phone is glitchy all night. There it is. There's Magic Dumpster. Hello, Magic Dumpster. Car's blocking the view. Come on, car. So there's Magic Dumpster. So we're the back alley here behind some of our higher end restaurants and stuff that we have. All right, let me try to get this. Really, at this point, all we're looking for is like one more good order. We can find it looking for like a $10 for 1 mile order. Yeah, we still have one pending tip coming through from that earlier Namba ramen. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to cut out that clip where he mentions us about getting us monetized. Yeah, it's torture. At least delivery driver. I don't necessarily know who's delivering for what, but yeah. I mean, there's just a way that most of them dress, and there's a way that most of them act. Yeah, I need to cut out the Tom Grassi clip, and then also tie that in to let people know that thanks to all the support, we're actually launching a separate. I've launched a separate sports channel, and thanks to Grassi and thanks to the support of the Grassi posse, as well as my channel members and channel subscribers and different things like that. I think that would be great. It would be kind of like a dual way, like promos both channels. Every Grassi video just does killer on the channel. And not that we're just trying to make Grassi videos to get ratings or anything like that, but they do get lots of views. All right. So it's 8:25. It is kind of to that point in the night where orders die off pretty quick on weeknights. Really, anytime between 8 and 9, orders can die off. So I'm not going to sit here super long, but we'll see. We'll see what we can find. See if we can find anything. I'm just double checking, making sure all the apps are actually on. Sometimes it's helpful to just like close them, reopen them. So I'm going to do some research. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll see if I can sign up for Curial while I'm here. So I'm a big proponent. If you guys got other questions, I'll answer them too. But I'm a big proponent of not like wasting time. If you're going to sit around or whatever, do something productive with your time. Sign up. $13 for 16 miles. I think that's the same one we already turned that offer down previously. All right. So I just learned about Curial. Tonight. So we're gonna sign up for that. By the way, I appreciate all you guys hanging out. I see this number's been like steady 5, 6 plus the whole night, and I know not all of you are commenting, but that's okay. I still appreciate each and every one of you. Torture, it's been awesome getting to know you tonight as well. I really like doing this on the horizontal when I'm driving here. So I wish there was a way I could just do it straight through without having to use StreamYard or Streamlabs. I wish I could use Streamlabs. I haven't figured out how to do that yet either. I just need to work on it sometime when I'm not pressured. All right. Let's go. So what city market are you in? Should I go? I'll go Tampa. Tampa's probably the closest. How did you hear about us? Word of mouth, friend or colleague. I guess that's what we're going to go with here. Who mentioned Curial earlier? Do you guys have a referral code? Was that Jaeger? Jaeger, do you have a referral code? Are you on Jaeger? Sorry, I'm trying to scroll back. Jaeger, do you have a referral code? I doubt I'll ever complete 1,111 offers. I doubt that that's ever going to happen, but if I manage to, it'd be nice for both of us to get $250. What does that work out to? 250 divided by 1,111. It's an extra 22 cents a delivery. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really close to. I'm in Naples, so, but it's like the closest. All right, well, Jaeger, if I can get a referral code from you later, I'll let them know. All right, I'm trying to sign up for Curial here. Trying to sign up for Curial. Are you willing to partner with other Curials on large orders? I guess so. Why not? All right, Doordash, Shipped, Ubereats, Grubhub, Instacart. we'll check things out here. Who knows? Background check is required. Personal information input. Let's see, what is Grubhub sending us? No, $7. It's too low of an offer. We need something better. All right, I got to take a picture of the driver's license. It's always the next step here. Couriel, it's another gig delivery service. $10 for 11 miles on Grubhub. We're going to pass on that. Let's see. Got some steps here. There we go. Got that. Oh, now it's time for my mugshot. We're going to go with it. If that doesn't scare people away, I don't know what will. Jaeger, did you have a referral code? My photo is being verified. On the off chance that I somehow managed to deliver 1,111 deliveries on Couriel. More time is required to background check me. All right, well, guess that's where that ends tonight. That's where that ends for the night. All right, so put myself on another wait list because that's what I do on these things. Well, my Doordash was just paused, which is interesting because they didn't actually send me any offers. Or they tried, maybe while I was taking my picture. All right, let's see. Our last, we had a Namba ramen order. We took it for $13.35. Final tip came through for $14.50. All right, I'm gonna take a picture of that Jaeger and then I will email them that. The odds of you getting $250 out of me doing 1,111 deliveries is slim to none. But if I do, you and I'll cash in. All right. So, well, Grubhub sent me another one, $13 for 15 months. Grubhub sending all sorts of orders tonight. One was great, and everything else has been normal Grubhub, but it's still a high volume of orders. All right, it's 8:37, so I think I missed an order on Doordash when I was doing the courier, which I don't know why it didn't at least. Usually they at least send the text. That being said, I think we're gonna move from here, start heading in the direction of home. I knew it was kind of late. It's kind of late, but we've had a good night, and if I just sit out here and do nothing for the next half an hour, it's just going to turn into like wasted time. So if we don't get any good orders, I'll be home by about 9 o'clock, which is still 3.5 hours and $70 or whatever we're at. Maybe a couple dollars more because of our hidden tips. Maybe we'll get lucky and catch one other good order. I'll take the really slow way out of here. So Magic Dumpster didn't have it in him tonight, I guess. Or he's just waiting till we leave. And of course, the phone keeps on shutting off. It's got to be because this is streaming technically through a web browser, not through an app. So I got to work on this more. I got to work on this setup a little bit more. But I like the horizontal. Horizontal live stream has been good. So if you haven't yet hit that like and subscribe button, please do so. I'd appreciate it so much. We're going to keep doing our best to try to bring you guys some more of this. I'm going to try to do more supper shifts like this on the days that I go out for supper. In the daytime, it just seems easier with Instacart. And I use this phone for Instacart, the one that I'm streaming on too. So, because the Android does give audio alerts for Instacart. And mentally, it's just easier for me to do it during the day. But then supper time, especially if I've already hit my goals for the day, there's a lot to be said for, hey, just go out and stream and hang out with you guys and stuff like that. So we're intentionally taking the slow way. Like literally no cars just went through on the green light. But it gives us plenty of time if there is a good order down here. It gives us more time around high-end restaurants to catch something. And if there's nothing, there's nothing. Instacart. Where's it going? Doubles. It's not horrible. Keep an eye on it. It's not great. I don't even know if we're going to get to the store before it closes, though. It's only $4 base pay, so it's not worth grabbing for the base pay if the store is closed. Let's see if we actually can drive this time with a green light. We're going to turn the corner just to sit at another red light. If that Instacart, it's only 7 items. It's like $12 for 7 items, so it brings us right back downtown. If that Instacart bumps up to about $15, the store's closing in 18 minutes. I don't know if we'll make it down there in time, but quick little $15 for 7-item shop would be not horrible. But it's not like I have to grab it right now. All right, so we're going by all of our high-end restaurants here right now on the front side. So on the back side of these restaurants, that's where Magic Dumpster is. Now we're going down the main drag. If I'm in a rush or I'm trying to get somewhere, I would not do this, but we're just trying to see if there's any good orders. And sometimes just driving slowly by high-end restaurants works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not, like I said, not in a rush. I was really hoping to find 1 or 2 more $10 orders, but may not be left tonight. And I'm not staying out late. I got to be up at 6 a.m. tomorrow. We've been streaming for 3 hours. So basically at $25 an hour for 3 hours, that's no complaints there. Whoa. We just sold a nice card on. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Well, check this out. We're talking about eBay. Out of nowhere, I just sold a baseball card for $70. Check that out, guys. Now it's a little blurry. Well, that's nice. That makes up for not getting a $10 order. Justin Brule out of 25. Topps Chrome Sapphire. Rookie card. Orange Refractor. So that's a really cool sale. That was a good flip, too. I don't know what I bought it for. It was a long time ago, but I don't think I spent more than 20 on that card. So, well, there we go. There's an eBay sale to cap off our evening there. I made just as much in one eBay sale as I did all night delivering. Scalability of eBay is awesome. That's definitely why I want to get back to really getting the eBay store pumping. And of course, the benefit is you put the work in, stuff can sell even while you're doing other things. So. It is also that time of the year, too, when people like start speculating on rookies a little bit more, trying to find the guy who's going to break out. So as long as you can get in cheap on some of this stuff, it's a good time of year. Prospecting, some people call it. I don't know if that's still what they call it, but at least a couple of years ago, they called it prospecting. So we're just kind of sitting at a bunch of stoplights as we get out of this little downtown area. It's not like, don't think like New York City downtown. Just think about like one busy strip in a suburban area. But we're going to start driving towards home here. If we catch an order, that's fine. We lose Doordash at 9 o'clock, so we only have 15 minutes of Doordash left anyway. Appreciate all you guys being here and hanging out. So we should be getting our green light here very soon, I hope. There we go. There it is. Make our U-turn. And we're going to just start in the direction of home. We'll take something good, or we'll take something average if it brings us in the direction of home. So anytime you're like driving a particular location and you know you're going to drive the miles regardless, that's when you could be a little bit more liberal with the types of orders you would take that you wouldn't normally take. So I say normally I wouldn't take a $5 or $6 offer, but if I got a $6 offer taking me 6 miles and I was driving all of them anyway, this is the situation where that makes sense to take it. And so the issue is not whether an offer is good. The issue is the offer good for you or not good for you? And that's the big question. Is the offer good for you or is it not good for you? And most of the time, I think $6 for 6 miles is not good for you. But if you're already driving those 6 miles, and it's a quieter time of the day and all those things, that's when I say maybe this order is good for you in that particular time. All right. And then we'll, assuming we don't get any orders, I should be live on Metropolitans, which is the sports channel, should be live there around 9:30 or so. We're going to be talking all things Mets after the Pete Alonso signing. We do still have all the apps on, so if we get anything good, we'll take it. If not, we'll just hang out with you for the next 10 minutes or so and then call it a night. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Good hanging out with old friends and new friends tonight and learning some things. So I'm on the wait list for another app. Curiel, thank you, Jaeger, for that heads up. I don't really know if they're in my market, but I put the Tampa market for now. We'll reach out. So Zifty worked that way. I signed up under the Tampa market, but then once I got officially signed up, then they just moved me into the Naples market but being that they had Tampa and Miami on the list and we're halfway in between those two, I feel like there's a good chance that they'd have some offers in my area. It is slow. There's just not orders right now, which makes sense. Everybody's going to bed. It's too early for the stoners to order their Taco Bell and too late for the old people to order their prime rib. So we're stuck in the middle of nothing. But that's all right. We're going to head home, hang out with you guys. If you got anything else you want to say, any other questions, now would be the time. We got about 10 minutes left unless an order comes up. Final 10 minutes to stream. But like I said, appreciate all you. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe. Very fun hanging out in this vertical format. Horizontal format. Sorry, can't even remember which is which. Horizontal format. Appreciate all of you being here, spending some time. So I should probably try to do the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll probably stay out a little bit later, if there's orders at least, if it's worth it. I'm busy most of the day Saturday. My son's opening day, his first baseball game of the season, is Saturday. The Bats, B-A-T-S, Bats. Their logo, I believe, is a bat carrying a bat. It's a minor league team out of Louisville, I believe. Minor league team affiliate of Cincinnati Reds. There's no orders right now, so we're just making our way towards home. We do have Doordash for another 8 minutes. We're going to pass by a couple of places that could still have orders, namely Papa John's. We are going to go past Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Arby's, then Miller's Ale House, which is like bar food. But I do think it's just a normal Thursday night. I think we're probably done. We gave it a pretty good run. We're at like $70, I don't know the exact number, between $70 and $75 here for our 3 hours. So right about the channel goal, $25 an hour. And yeah, so pretty good for a Thursday night that I was hoping to get $50. I got 75. I'm happy with that. We're going to go live on Metropolitans, the sports channel here. About a half an hour after I get home, so right around 9:30 to 9:45. I got to get a thumbnail. All quiet on the delivery. I'm not even turning down orders right now, guys. There's just nothing coming through. So quiet. There's like no hot spots on the map. Not that I really trust the hot spots, but I guess we're coming up into a little one right here. It says by Outback and Papa John's. Well, I'm not going to stop and wait, but we'll see. We're going to drive right past them. A gold dasher on Doordash. All right, there's the Outback. No orders. Go by Papa John's, see if there's any orders there. We are starting to run out of restaurants here. Not much doing tonight. I'm getting hungry though. I had supper before I left too, so I don't even know why I'm hungry. Shouldn't be hungry. Maybe I'm just thirsty. I don't know. A couple orders on Instacart, $5 CVS for 6 miles. Nothing really worth it here. We're gonna pass by Five Guys. They might still be open. We're hunting. Yeah, Five Guys is open. It's nothing. Not even declining bad orders. Just no orders on basically any of the apps. Turn on Shipt. I mean, Shipt is on, but refresh Shipt. No, Shipt doesn't have any orders sitting. Instacart has two orders, one for 5, one for 8. Doordash is not sending me anything. Uber's not sending anything. Grubhub. They're all quitting on the night. So when the apps quit, it's time for you to quit too. We'll let them run. We're going to go by Miller's Ale House here shortly. is quiet. $8 Target, but it's not even the Target that we're going to drive by. It's going 9 miles, so it's definitely not worth it. Oh, because it's a no-tip order. That would be why it's not worth it. So we couldn't even find an order to take us home. It's just nothing. Instacart's the only thing that's even sending us anything. All right, we're going by Miller's Ale House, and then we're going to go right by, maybe not directly by, but within range, Chick-fil-A, Arby's, Taco Bell, McDonald's here. It's our last chance. And honestly, at this point, it's got to be pretty good for me to want to not go home. Because I just hit that point where it's quitting time. The closer I get to home, the more I need to be motivated to go take another order. It's like, it's one thing to get an order when you're far away from home. It's like, well, it's a good order. I'll take it. But once your brain is committed to going home, pretty good. So we're going to get around the corner. I think it's going to be time to turn off all the apps. Lock in our $75 in just over 3 hours. Just under $25 an hour. All right. Well, I think I'm not even going to wait all the way till we're home here because I think we're good. And the Doordash. So I appreciate all you guys. We are going to be live on Metropolitans, the sports channel here, in just about a half an hour. So, you all, as always, have a great night and talk to you soon.